Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of these designs. There's very little difference between them. The only difference is how I treated the lines here. These lines are kind of pointy, like wedges of a compass tree, whereas these lines are thin and narrow and have like an actual arrow on them. These are just stylistic differences in the line, and they're not part of the translation at all whatsoever. So yeah, the important thing is that this line goes through this circle and doesn't end on it. So long as it goes through it, it'll read just fine. Let's go ahead and get to reading these two designs, and I'll just stick with this one because these two are exactly the same other than those stylistic differences I mentioned. And you read the script starting at the bottom and going counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. And that's true for the words inside the sentence circle, which is this dashed line here with these inner sentence circles here. And if I were to put punctuation on this design, it would be in between these two sentence circles or on the line of the sentence circle. And there is no punctuation in this design because the sentence circle breaks before this A here and it's not on it there, otherwise it would look too much like a period. Anyway, this is our first word, and then the bottom of this word circle is here, and this is our first letter. So bottom counterclockwise is true for the words in the sentence as well as the letters in the word. So here's our first letter of our first word. And to figure out what this letter is, we have to decide if it's a big circle or it's a little vowel circle. So these are vowels for comparison, and that means this one is a consonant circle. So we're going to look at these four consonant stems and decide which this shape is. And it is this one, a complete circle inside the word circle. It's not on the line like this one here, and it's not a divot like these guys. Anyway, so it means it's in this row in one of these consonants. And now we have to decide how many modifiers it has and what those modifiers are. So it's got lines, so that means it's in one of these three columns. And then 1, 2, 3 lines means it's in this column. So this row plus this column makes it the letter M. And now we have a vowel on it. And when there's a consonant and a vowel together, you always read the consonant first and then the vowel second. And this vowel, if we look at the consonant, is like this, like a bead on a string attached to that consonant stem. So we'll follow that down and we'll see that that is the O position, which means it's the letter O. So we have an N-O. Continuing around, our next letter is this shallow divot here. So like this. And there is one line on it. So that makes it a V. One line plus shallow divot is a V. And our last letter is this E, right on the line of the word circle here. It's in the E position. And to make an I and a U, you have a letter that starts in the E position, but have lines on them. An I has a line going inwards, whereas a U has a line going outwards. So yeah, no lines makes this still an E. So M-O-V-E, move is our first word. And our next word is this big one here, in the bottom of the word circles here. And our first letter is this one. And this is a deep divot, like this. And if we look closely, this line passes through, so it doesn't count. But this thick one, making a hexagon here in the middle, ends here and it ends here. So 1, 2 from that. And then there's this third line sticking out here. So 1, 2, 3 lines makes this a letter F. So F, and then we have an O all by itself on the word circle, but inside in the O position. And then we have this shallow divot with 3 dots, making it an O. Making it an R, O-R. And then we have this shallow divot with 1, 2 lines. It's important that this line passes clean through it and doesn't count, because if there was like a gap here, and this line started on it, then it would count just like this one, but because it passes through, it doesn't count. So this just has these 1, 2 circular lines on it. So that makes it a W. And then we have this vowel, and it's outside the word circle, making it an A. And then we have another R, just like that R. And then we have another 3-dot letter. It's in the same column as the R, but it's a deep divot, like the F. So it's in this row. So that is a D. So F-O-R-W-A-R-D, so forward. So yeah, move forward is this design. I hope you like it. Bye.